Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to the videos to the paid request. This time for Thompson. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of reviews, topics, reactions, commentaries, what have you, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. I do have a second YouTube channel in case anything happens. Feel free to subscribe to that. I also do have a channel on the Odysee website that has a lot of these older videos archived, as well as some content too hot for YouTube. They're on, so feel free to follow me on there. And also, I'll throw this out. If anyone wants me to do reactions or other videos with footage or to be more blue, I can always upload the Mega Upload and send you a download link. Because with Mega Upload, you can do anything you want in footage, and then send you a download, and then you can download and view it as you see fit. So that option's always there. There's always a lot of options, is what I'm saying. But I know it's like minute and a half in. Into an episode of The Simpsons, Season 7, Episode 20, called Bart on the Road. I do remember seeing this. I don't know if I saw this back in the day, but I do remember seeing this early on, having it on DVD. The long story short is, it's spring break, and the kids, because of school, they gotta go to their parents' workplace. So Lisa's gonna go with Homer to the power plant. Bart at first gonna stay home with the mom, but Marge reads a letter, and the letter says homemaker isn't a real job. So Bart goes to the DMV with Patty and Selma. While there, he's able to make a fake ID, gets with Milhouse, Nelson, and Martin Prince, the kind of rich, uppity, not uppity, but he's not uppity, but, you know, I don't know how else to describe him. Martin Prince, I'll just say that. And the four of them don't get a car, and they go on the road, and things happen. Pretty decently fun episode. There's some nice jokes in there. I like the joke about the DMV, where Patty and Selma go, we don't let the line move at all some days. And yeah, those are called weekdays. Because, you know, if you go to the DMV, sometimes it does feel as if that is the case. My favorite bits of the episode is actually the stuff with Homer and Lisa, the subplot. I would say I actually like the subplot more than the main plot. I didn't dislike the main plot. I'm just saying, I thought the stuff with Homer and Lisa was very sweet. It's nice when you get those two together, at least the early days. Nowadays, it'd be, not cynical, but it would be, oh, Homer does all these things like a bad father, and it's thrown away. This is just Homer being dumb, woohoo. Well, back in the day, he actually tried to be a good father, he actually tried to be decent, and they kind of let that stuff go just for comedy. Which is one of the many reasons why I think The Simpsons should not have gone on for so long, but that's just me. So, Homer, like, for the fact with Homer, like, he offers her a donut. You want a donut? No thanks. You have any fruit? There's purple stuff in here. Purple is a fruit. So it's him being dumb, but at the same time he's being sincere, offering his kid food, saying sorry that things are so boring, sorry it's not so exciting. He's being apologetic. It's not that he's rude, purposely being rude or mean to Lisa in later seasons. It's just, here it's like he actually does care about her feelings without him doing something stupid, then realizing afterward and then trying to apologize. Kind of that same trope that happens so many times when you go on to, what, 30-some seasons now, where Homer screws up and he's got to apologize and apologize. It's just, that gets old again and again and again. So that was refreshing, whereas Homer's like, again, trying to be friendly with his daughter, trying to, again, give her food, offer food, listen to Lisa's idea where they get into these suits and the plane, like, astronaut. So Lisa and Homer are playing around in these suits like they're astronauts, like they're space suits. It's very sweet. Very sweet bit between those two. I did like that. I did like the joke where, because they did the ID, Bart, Nelson, and Milhouse, they go see Naked Lunch. And when they come out of it, they have this confused look on their face, and Nelson goes, I did think you have two things wrong with that title. So, number one, it shows around. Well, when did Naked Lunch come out? I think Naked Lunch wasn't really. I wonder if people even at the time knew what Naked Lunch was, because wasn't Naked Lunch like 93 or so, 92? And this is season 7, so this is probably in the. Trying to think what year this would have been. What, maybe 96, 95, 97? So it seemed like it was probably a few years after. And Naked Lunch wasn't really that big of a hit, but maybe, on VHS or something, people knew the title. I knew. I mean, I could see if some people probably didn't get the joke if you never saw the film, but since I've seen the film, well, there was also the book as well. I definitely understood it, because if you watch that film, there's nothing really naked about it, and maybe you lose your lunch with some of the gross stuff in it, but very weird David Cronenberg film starring Peter Weller about, typewriters made of bugs and drug usage and all sorts of stuff. But they saw the word naked and they thought it was something else. So I did like that joke. I thought that was pretty fun. And pretty much in the car trip, they decided to go to Knoxville, and some things happen. You have the guy yelling at his family, if you do one more thing, I'll turn this car around. So Nelson leans over and slaps the guy in the head. And he's like, that's it. So I thought that was some fun timing. Like the way Nelson slaps and immediately goes, that's it. And it turns the car around to go right back, even though the kids didn't do anything. There's a montage where the camera sits on them. Can we get some ice cream? Sure, they got ice cream. Should we pick up that guy? Sure. And there's a guy that's clearly the hitchhiker from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He goes, Bart, can we have some ice cream? So I like the way they did that, where it stays on them and it keeps cutting to all these different things happening. I like the way that was edited. I wouldn't say it was laugh out loud hilarious, but it was kind of like, okay, it's cute. For example, they stop at an Andy Williams concert because Nelson loves it, but the other people are bored. They get to Knoxville to see the Sun Sphere, but it was from a World's Fair from like 1982, so there's nothing there but like a wig store. The car gets crushed. They have no money, so they have to figure out how to get home. So like I said, it wasn't hilarious of an episode. It wasn't an insanely crazy funny episode, but it was humorous enough. And like I said, the stuff with Lisa and Homer I thought was sweet. Like Homer, it's sad. He's worked in the night shift, which I didn't even know Homer ever worked a night shift. I'm trying to think, did he ever work a night shift before or after this at the power plant? But he did here, just so Lisa could go, oh, I could come over, we could have a slumber party. And they do truth or dare. And so Lisa dares him to do a phone prank. But he screws it up. And Homer thinks, when he tells it to Mo, the bartender, Mo repeats it. And then Homer thinks, oh, you're calling me that? Well, you know what? I'm going to staple a flag to your butt. I'm going to do this. Like I said, the stuff between Homer and Lisa is very sweet. Probably another one of my favorite jokes in the episode is Bart calls Lisa. Lisa asks her dad, please, you gotta promise me not to be mad. And then Lisa tells the truth about what happened. And Homer kind of stands there and goes, yes, that's a real pickle. So he goes over and puts on the suit, and he just streams his head off to the point it fogs up the the visor, the face cover. He's like, I will send him the money to fly home, then I will murder him. No, Dad, you said you promised. So, and Homer keeps his promise. Homer's not dumb enough to forget. He doesn't, like I said, he finds a way because at this point Bart's a courier. I think maybe you could have gotten more jokes out of him being a courier. The most they did is that he's speaking, I want to say Japanese, and he gives some stuff, and it seems like there's more jokes you could have pulled out of him being a courier and what he's carrying and all that stuff. But I guess, the episode was almost at its end, so they didn't have the time to do that. But another joke I did enjoy was Homer. He gets the idea, more so Lisa. Well, no, actually, Homer gets the idea. I'll order something. Like, he's like, where's Knoxville? He says that. It's there. And Homer's like, well, actually, there's a place there. I'll order a part, and then Bart can send it. So he calls, I need this. Well, it looks like your equipment's working. So Homer gets a soda, and just as he's doing it, you hear the guy scream, oh my God, oh Jesus, dear Lord. So you just hear the guy's reaction as Homer just nonchalantly give a thumbs up to Lisa. Like I said, the stuff between Homer and Lisa was my favorite parts of the episode. Since I repeat like 4 times. Are you sure? Are you positive? Yes, I am positive. Like, Homer's a good dad. He didn't give his secret up. He didn't screw up with Lisa. He didn't treat her poorly. He kept her secret. Or kept his promise, I should say, which was Bart's secret. So by the end, Bart gets home and tells his lie, and Homer and Lisa are mad at him, but then Marge is oblivious. It ends with pretty much Marge getting all these phone calls and being confused, but Homer's laughing because he knows what's going on. So it's a pretty decent episode. I wouldn't say it's a favorite of mine. It's not like an episode I absolutely adored, but like a lot of these Simpsons episodes, they're only 20 minutes long. They go by pretty quick. I can't really say they're boring at all. Because even if a joke lands flat, it'll be soon enough. It'll be pretty soon enough where they'll throw another joke or another gag or another thing. The voice acting fits very well with these characters of the central family. There's a lot of things that always still amazes me about The Simpsons. I've repeated this, but I'll repeat it again. Because I could always assume that someone is watching this for the first time that doesn't know any thoughts of mine on The Simpsons. I grew up with it. I didn't have Fox Network as a kid, but I had the VHS tape of the first Christmas Simpsons episode, and then my aunt would send us tapes of stuff like The Simpsons and other TV shows, because we only had 4 shows: ABC, CBS, another form of CBS, and PBS. So it wasn't until years later where I would see them in reruns and then the DVDs where I would watch them and even listen to the commentaries. The commentaries are very fun to listen to on those. It's kind of why I was a bit saddened that they stopped the DVDs, then they brought them back for like a brief bit, then they stopped them again. Because I actually liked to listen to the commentaries. But, how do I put it? It still amazes me that it's still on, because I keep saying this, like, obviously it must be making some type of revenue to keep at it, because you would think, like, the voice actors have to be getting paid a good chunk of change now, after so long, at least if they had lawyers worth a spit, and at the same time, I can't find anybody that's like, I saw the new episode of The Simpsons, it was great. I can't find anyone who's like watching the new episodes of The Simpsons. It's like I find more people of, I used to watch it, but I don't watch it anymore. And they stopped watching it like 10 years ago, or 5 years ago, or 20 years ago. So it's always amazing that it's still on. And sadly, with The Simpsons, you never had that. How can I miss you if you don't go away? So there's a lot of shows that got canceled or they were gone, and then we missed you. Simpsons has never been that. It's been kind of this constant background noise, and I think sadly that in a way is hurting its legacy. Because there's so many episodes, there's so many material that, I mean, I would never even be able to keep up with that. I mean, literally, to be fair, the past 10 years, I haven't seen a single episode, so it's not right for me to say whether the quality is down or not. It's just I see bits and pieces on YouTube, I'm like, I don't know, man. But I don't know, does anyone still watch The Simpsons? But with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. This was a pretty decent episode, and we'll see you guys later. Bye bye.